with it being this time of year, the holiday season all the way around, it does come the holiday blues, which will
It
be a
does.
whole separate episode that we release in the next couple weeks. But with Thanksgiving specifically, it's always been one of my favorite holidays
Same.
because when I was growing up, the Austin side, the dad side of my family, like Thanksgiving was such a big deal. Like everybody gathered around, and literally before we carved into the turkey, we all sat around and we asked each other, "What are we thankful for?" And we went around the room, and there was nearly 20 of us. So it was a whole event, and it became something that I hold near and dear to my heart every single year because I think back on those memories and think about how special and grateful I am to have those bonds, to have those relationships as a family in my Austin side and in my Hannah slash Vibert side as well, my mom's side. So yeah, Thanksgiving is definitely one that I love giving thanks. I love looking back and appreciating all the things that I've learned from this year, the things that I fell down and continue to get back up from. And it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. And that's why it's important to talk about like gratitude
Yeah.
because giving thanks and being grateful for what you have in life, I think is a very important thing. Like, yes, money can be tight. Yes, things can happen that are completely out of your control. But again, like Dustin was just talking about, you have to be grateful for what you do
Yeah.
have in your life. We have just enough money to get gas and groceries. We really don't need anything else, right? We really don't need anything else. We're thankful to have, loving parents, loving friends that we can lean on and support to go over and do laundry, go over and have a free meal, go over and just spend time together and cherish the moments that we have because we know that life isn't guaranteed. And so to be able to have that time, and no, of course, there are little tiny bit of ulterior motives, but as long as we have that time to build those memories, that's what I'm most grateful for this year.
Well, yeah, and similar in my background of like it always being a big family thing. I mean, it's some of my most treasured memories with my little brother who's no longer here is all of us gathering around, lifelong Cowboys fans. We'd all jersey up and watch the game as we're eating. And what when my brother and I started cooking and we were involved in the making of the food and like all the kind of stuff. It is a treasured time, and it's something that's very special. And the family's gotten a little bit smaller due to loss and stuff, but we still jersey up. We still watch the game, and it's a fun time. And yeah, I am grateful for that. And you're right. I get asked all the time about the tattoo, right? I got this tattoo. You can kind of see it. It's literally the symbol for gratitude. And I got it because I wanted it to be a constant reminder of always being thankful for what I have, that that I'm alive. As I said, there's been a lot of loss, but thankful for my health and that I'm here. Thankful for the people that I have in my life, like you said, and the circle that I have. Thankful I have a job when so many people in society today don't, and they're wondering where they're gonna be or how they're gonna feed themselves. I think gratitude is so important because when you really think about it, there's always somebody worse off than you. And if you just focus on complaining about what you think is so horrible in your life without really being thankful that you're not as in a bad situation as someone else may be, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of selfish and just not the way to go about it. In fact, one of the things I'm really thankful for, and I know you're like this too, is I'm thankful that I'm in a position to be able to help people who are not as fortunate as I am. I go out of my way to not only express gratitude for what I have, but to help someone else have something so that they can be thankful for somebody reaching out and seeing them and giving them some. I think it's just as important to spread the gratitude and spread the thanks if you're in a position to do it, because that's how we get along in life, man. That's and I'm very thankful that I'm in a position to, and I'm not saying by any means I'm uber wealthy or but I'm in a position to where if I see somebody struggling, I can help. Even if it's buying a sandwich or giving them $10 or just whatever. I feel like what's the old saying? Pay it forward. You see that so true in life. When you do good things happen. And I think it's a way that we should always live our lives and be thankful that we can.